The rental of the week is the 2026 BMW 840i Convertible. Big thank you to National at the Pittsburgh International Airport, especially you, Anthony. I've been getting so lucky with the cars I've had here. This is the fourth week in a row. First week was the BMW X7. Second week was the BMW Z4. Third week was the Land Rover Defender. And this week we finish off, I'm done here in Pittsburgh, we finish off with the grand finale, the 8 Series BMW, the one they brought back sort of from the dead that replaced the 6 Series. Now, I walked over there, I walked around a little bit, do my little thing, I walk around, check out and see what's there, and I had to walk over to the Alamo section or the Enterprise section and the VIP section and say, hey, can I take this one right here? And he was like, are you Executive Elite? I was like, yeah. He's like, bet, go ahead. So I'm grateful. So thank you, Mike, Sydney, and Anthony. Those are the managers who've been taking care of me at the Pittsburgh International Airport at the National Rental Car. Check them out if you're flying into Pittsburgh. But yes, let's get started with the 8 Series here. So you know the BMW lineup, sort of. It's sort of consistent, but it's sort of not really. Like the odd numbers, like the 1, 3, 5, and the 7 Series are all supposed to be like sedan family cars, but not the 1 because it's so small. But do they even make a 1? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, they do. I think they definitely do. But the even numbers are supposed to be the coupes. The 2 Series, the 4 Series, the 6 Series, and the 8 Series. But the 6 Series is no more. It's been replaced by the 8 Series, which used to be an older 8 Series. I'll get into that in a second. But they make several versions of this car. So they make like a coupe, which is 2 doors, hard top. Then there's the convertible, 2 doors, soft top. Then there's a grand coupe, but it's like the same seat configuration, but it's got 4 doors. It looks a little different, little strange, but they do it. But yeah, so this is like kind of like BMW's Grand Tour. Luxury, big, comfortable, powerful, a statement piece, kind of like a flagship. BMW is known for a lot of cars, so would I say this is their flagship? I don't know, but it certainly turns heads when I drive. I've gotten many compliments when I'm driving this thing around, and frankly, I feel amazing in it. It drives well, I love it, but let's get into some of the history real quick. So the original 8 Series came out in 1990 and it was the E31. It was only a 2-door coupe. It used between like a V8 and a V12 engine. There were different variants. They kind of changed it throughout the 10-year lineup. But after like 1999, they kind of discontinued it because of poor sales. Then came the 6 Series, which we all know about, the legendary 6 Series with the V10 in it, but had terrible reliability problems, which are like death traps and things you gotta stay away from. But in 2018, BMW reintroduced the 8 Series, and this was the G15 Series, which replaced the F6, F12, and F13 6 Series. Now, the 8 Series is, I think it's actually a little bit bigger, a little longer than the previous 6 Series, but again, it's a statement piece. So there are like 3 levels to each of the models here. So the model is the 8 Series. That's kind of like the model. Then there's like a trim inside the model, and that's going to be 840i, which is rear-wheel drive. Then there's 840i xDrive, which means all-wheel drive. Then there's M850i, which is a step up, and then there's the M8 Competition. Now you can get any of those variants in the convertible, the coupe, or the grand coupe. Now, if you get the 840i or 840i xDrive, you're gonna be getting a standard turbo 3-liter i6 engine that makes about 335 horsepower. It seems like a pretty low number, but the car kind of gets up and gets moving. The car weighs about 4,200 pounds, which is kind of a heavy car, but it's BMW. They figured it out, and I think they actually have underrated their power. You get like a 0 to 60 in like 5 seconds if you get the rear-wheel drive, and that drops down to 4.6 seconds if you get the all-wheel drive variant. However, if you step up to the M850i, you get a completely different engine. You're now going to get a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8, making about 523 horsepower, thus boosting your 0 to 60 to 3.9 seconds. So it's a lot faster, and I think that makes more sense. Plus, it adds more soul and more volume to the car's exhaust note. And last but not least, a car we're not even going to come close to touching is the M8 Competition. That uses the same 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, but is retuned and now delivers 617 horsepower. I'm sure that gives you 0 to 60 in like 3.2 seconds, but that's like the real big monster. So let's discuss price point and colors real quick. So the 840i, that's the two-wheel drive version of this car. I'm gonna be talking specifically about the convertible. I've not done specific research on the Grand Coupe or the Coupe. I'm talking just about the convertible. So $103,400 is the bottom base price. That is a lot of money for a car. And I actually believe that is the most expensive car I have ever reviewed or driven. That's insane. You could just rent this at National Rental Car Enterprise at the Pittsburgh airport. That's crazy. Six-figure vehicle. Now, driving it, is it worth that? I'll deliver my final thoughts at the end of the video. But if you want the all-wheel drive variant, that bumps you up to $106,400. So an extra $3,000 to add the front drivetrain, reduce your 0 to 60. I think it's definitely worth that. All right, bump up to the 850 with the bigger engine, more aero, better tuned suspension, all kinds of extra cool stuff. Now you're at $119,100. It is getting expensive very quickly. And last but not least, the M8, the big boy, base price for that is $150,000. Cars are getting crazy expensive. Now, it's not all about looks and stuff with cars. A lot of it is materials, trying to keep the weight down, create rigidity. Like, especially when you have no roof on the car still needs to be sporty and it has to feel stiff. So you have to put that stiffness somewhere else in the car. If you open the door, you actually see something that says carbon core. I haven't done any research, but I can guess. I'm a car guy. The tub of the car is probably made of some sort of carbon fiber, carbotanium, carbo something, which is very expensive to produce and design. But again, it helps keep the car steady and lighter. Because I'm sure a Rolls Royce is very similar size to this car right here, the Dawn. It's probably 6,000 pounds because it's got like sound deadening and all kind of other stuff. So again, price is a bit of everything, but I have some good news for you later. So if you've seen some of my other BMW videos, they're kind of like regular cars, a 5 Series or a 3 Series, 2 Series. There's like 1 or 2 free colors, and you got to pay $2,000, $3,000 for the extra colors. But when you're playing in this league, they give you a bunch of the colors just included. So the first few one you have here is going to be Alpine White, a very basic, flat white. It's fine. It's not even considered a metallic. Every other color I read off to you now has the word metallic at the end of it. I'm just not going to say it because it's become redundant. So the first one here is going to be Carbon Black. In the configurator, it looks like it has a little bit of blue hue to it. It looks pretty cool. And I believe what we have here is Black Sapphire. There is a bit of flake in the paint. It looks really good. I just don't like all black cars, especially black cars that have black accents. Like, this is a black accent. The mirror cap is a black. This piece here is black. Like, this is black. Like, if it was like a white or a red or something else, those accents would stand out. It would give the car more shape. This just looks like a giant acute angle driving down the road, which is fine. It looks gorgeous, but like, it could be done better. So anyway, moving on. Next color we have here is gonna be Mineral White. That looks like it's gonna have more of a rainbowy effect to it, with some shimmer in it. Like the Alpine White is a very flat white color. Mineral White should have a bit of a shimmer to it. The next color is gonna be Portimao Blue. That's gonna be like a blue color. You know, we've seen that color before. The next one's gonna be San Remo Green. It's kind of like a, not quite forest green, but it's not like lime green or like a green. You know, like the evergreen tree back there, that kind of green, you know. Next, we have Skyscraper Gray. Really cool, really chill color. Next one, Aventurin Red. Really nice one as well. And it would kind of get lost in the tail lights back here, but still a nice red color. And next we have two $1,950 colors. David Gray, which is like more of like a deeper, richer gray. Then there's Tanzanite Blue 2. Why is it 2? I don't know, but I'm loving that blue. I'm missing the Midnight, was it Twilight? The Z4 color. It was a purplish, that man, with some of these interior colors we got coming, oh, that'd been crazy. Maybe that color is available on some other BMW, or if you just really wanted it, you can ask a dealer. I have no idea. And lastly, we have two $5,000 color options. These are both going to be frozen colors, which are going to have like a matte sort of finish to them, so they won't have as much glare and gloss like these colors do here. First one is gonna be Frozen Pure Gray. It looks just like the Davitt Gray, but it's gonna have that matte finish to it. It looks gorgeous. I've seen many BMWs with it. It looks well done. Next is gonna be Tanzanite Blue Frozen. Again, nice icy blue. Like imagine, oh, in the wintertime, if you live in a winterized state, you come out to your car and there's like a sheet of ice over it, like a really thin sheet of ice, and the sun hasn't come out yet. That's kind of like what matte is. Like it takes the light out. Don't worry about it. It looks fantastic. All right, up front we have the gorgeous front end here. With it being all black, it just looks like, I don't know, just a giant angry thing coming at you. But we have the reduced size kidney grills. I mean, there's not even a lot of space to put the rest of the grills. I like that they were smaller here. We do have the camera mounted right front and center for their 360 system we'll go through later. But the gorgeous running lights. Look at these daytime running lights. Like two little swooping sort of eyelids here. And we do have the BMW laser lights. And those are gonna be the super bright, white, crisp lights that are really directional, and they can like block out certain sections of it. So if a car is coming, you don't lose, don't worry about it. But they're gorgeous. And the front is very tasteful. It's really aggressive. It's really sporty. Instead of having the slats like open and shut like a lot of the other BMWs do, they just left it wide open. And you can't see it right now on the camera, but the kidney grill is actually lit up at night. The little lights underneath here that shine down and kind of like light up the grill. It looks pretty cool at night, a little cliche-ish, but it's fine. But all this down here is wide open. The vents that open and shut are actually down here now, so the car starts to overheat. It'll bring in more air from down here, or if you're like really hooning this thing on the track or something like that. But it's a gorgeous front end. It's actually really long too. I could grab you guys and show you, but like look how long the front end is. It is just like a super, like the engine is actually sitting, I think it's behind the front wheels right there. So technically it could be considered a mid-engine car. Let's actually open the hood and see. So like most situations here, we pull the latch twice, once, twice. Yep, tells you the hood is open. Let's go ahead and open it without having to click any latches. Just lift up. There it is. So here's the engine. Where are the wheels? Ah, no, it is front engine. Okay, I thought we'd see it a little further back, but that's fine. While we're in here, check it out. Twin power turbo, so it's a twin scroll single turbo, 3-liter engine, 3-liter 6-cylinder engine. You can see by the 6 little indicators right there. Yeah, 335 horsepower. Like I said, it's decently quick. Makes a little bit of noise, but nothing too crazy. All right, here we have the rear of the BMW 840i. As you can see, 840i. If it was the xDrive, it would say xDrive off to the side. This may be slid over a little bit. No big deal. But again, very gorgeous and just as aggressive as the front end. Nice swooping tail lights that run around the side over here. Get the little logo in the actual light. Turn signal is up here. I believe the reverse light is right here. This little piece right here. But really cool. Brake light right there. It is interesting because they put a brake light on a piece of the trunk that moves. This does actually move. Usually you can't put a brake light unless it's convertible is like the only thing that will allow you to do that, but no big deal. The BMW logo is really cool because it's like not just plastered on the rear end, it's actually like on its own sort of like pedestal that sticks out a little bit further from the rear end. License plate nice and low, little fake grill down here, nothing crazy, but look at these exhaust tips. These are insane. They're actually gigantic. I can't get my fist in there, but the whole tip is just like, this might be a little too much, but again, it adds to that aggression. It looks really good. I'm a big fan. Oh, it is xDrive. This whole time, I thought I was driving the real wheel drive one. Well, damn. So you learn something new every day. I swear that's the first time I saw it. Because I get around going to front. I don't come back here for a lot of things. But all right, yeah, so xDrive 840i, boom. 4.60 to 60, let's go. So this is the key to the 2026 BMW 840i xDrive. We do have the little M colors on the side there. I guess they're just trying to show you some love for spending this kind of money, but pretty traditional key. It is the older looking key. This is a generation that has been out since 2020, so I understand. The X7 we had the new key, but like most BMWs, just keep the car key on you, in your pocket, in your purse, anywhere near you. You walk up to the car, the mirrors unfold, it unlocks for you. You're able to open the door, no big deal. And if you want to leave the car, you just leave the key out and it'll lock itself up once the key gets far enough away. So there was two things I wanted to discuss or just mention. This car does have soft close doors, but these doors are so heavy, how would you just not close it all the way? So let's purposely soft close. I didn't even close it that far. Hold on. There we go. And it pulls itself shut. Great. You also cannot use the key to put the top up or down. I've tried many times. I've looked through the settings and there's no way to do it. So in the Z4 and I believe the 4 series, you can use the key, but not in the 8 series. All right, of course you want to see what the car looks like with the top on. And there are also two top options. One of them is going to be black, like very standard black. And there's also a moonlight black, which is like a black with like a shimmer to it. It kind of throws things off because black is like a nice neutral color. Anyway, 15 seconds, put the top on. So right now I just got in the car. I haven't pressed the start stop button. You can put your foot on the brake and you pull up on the retractable top and things go to work. So you see the back will go backwards like that. You have the soft top coming up, the little pieces that fold over, and boom. So you keep your hand on it. All right, that finishes back there. You hear the dong, that means it's done. Keep your hand down and it'll roll the windows up for you. Now let's do it all in reverse. Then I want to show you something that's pretty cool. Leave your foot on the brake and you hold the button down instead of pulling it up, and the whole process happens in reverse. Quite a beautiful thing to see. And a nice cooler air hits you as the top folds back. It is really nice. Now there are 3 ways to get into the trunk of the BMW 840i xDrive. See, I'm saying xDrive knock, I know it's an xDrive. So you have the trunk button here on the actual key. There actually is a trunk button in the door on the bottom left, and there's a trunk button underneath here. So that's 3 ways. 4th way, you have hands free. Just leave the key in your pocket, kick your foot directly underneath the middle of the car. The lights will flash and all the stuff starts to happen. Now it's a very small entrance into the trunk. It's completely motorized up and down. You do have the 2 buttons right here for closing the trunk and then closing it and locking it. But let's pull some stuff out of here. And then maybe I'm gonna give you guys 1 to 2 minutes. I want you to guess what this is, because I didn't know what it was. It's in a cute little canvas bag, the same material as the top. It's got a little buckle. We'll put it to the side and I'll show you what it does in a second. All right, so now we're inside the trunk. Like I said, it's a small opening, but I was able to get my full suitcase and my toolkit in here pretty easily. So the key, well, there's 2 keys. Either just be nimble with your stuff, you know, and then pull it out of here, no big deal. Or you can fold this up. I can't because the top is down. So should I put the top? Yeah, I should put the top up so I can show you what this does. Guys, I lied earlier. You can definitely operate the top with the key. I just did it, and if something funny happens, so let's hold the lock button down, and then you'll see. I don't know why it wasn't working earlier, but here's what happens. If you stop the motion, it starts to freak out, and it starts to go back the other direction. So this thing started to drop a little bit. I want to record this and show it to you. Let's see what happens here. We wait a little bit. Oh, it's just stuck. All right. Earlier it was like up and it started going back down. Maybe it was some. Anyway, let's continue the motion. Hold the button down and it should continue. Here we go. I don't know why it wasn't working earlier. I've tried it multiple times. Let's take a look back here. See all the mechanisms and stuff. Anything crazy back here? Don't look too crazy. Okay, clearly you can do it with the key. I don't know what I was thinking. Windows going up, no big deal. And while we still have the key in our hand, let's go ahead and open the trunk back up so we can go back here and finish doing what we were doing. All right, now the top is actually up, as we can confirm right here. We have the partition sort of thing. This can be pushed back. Now it gives you a lot more trunk room, but it kind of gets pretty narrow in there. I'm sure this is for like the wheel wells or the the actual mechanism for the convertible top, but it's fine. I don't know. You can't get too many bags in here, but you know, this ain't a family cruiser. You should have got the non-convertible or the Grand Coupe. All right. Oh my goodness, it's going. All right, so we're gonna remove the top again by holding the unlock button down. Okay, we're in good shape. Windows are going down. Maybe I was out of range when I tried to do it last time. All right, hold on. See, windows went down. I'm still holding the button. Nothing's happening here. Let's try again. Unlock button. All right, it's doing something. I hear stuff. I thought I did. So maybe you can put the top up, but you can't put it down. One more time. Unlock button right next to the car, holding it, damn near mashing it. Okay, I'm not crazy. All right, so I can put the top up, but I can't put it down. All right, fine. Let me get up in here, put the top back down. Much easier to get in the car with the top already down. Foot on the brake, hold the button down. Trunk partition. See, there's so many parts of this. Now I gotta hold the button, run to the back, pull the partition, close the trunk, get back in here. Is the trunk closed? Not yet. It's good. Now we're closed. Here we go. All right, now we got action. So have you guys figured out what's in this beautiful canvas bag yet? By the way the camera's pointing, you probably can tell what it is. This is a wind deflector slash car shrinking device. I'm gonna explain that. So out of the bag, you have this very strange looking thing. And what you need to do is leave it folded like this and recognize the different angles. So you see the car is wider here than it is here on the inside. So you want the skinny side to be this way. So it should look like this, I believe, and gently unfold it and put it into these little circles. You kind of see these circles here and here. Put this side in first, or whatever side you can manage first. Stretch it out and get it into the other side. It'll go in. There we go. And this thing will fold down by itself for spring loaded. Then can lift it up. Here's your wind diffuser. It stays in place. It buffers the wind. So you ever be driving in a car, you know, like one person rolls their window down. What happens is the air on the outside is clashing with the air on the inside, so you get like a pressure differential, so it kind of like makes a weird noise. That can kind of happen in these cars too, but it reduces the wind noise in total. Plus, I actually like the way it looks. It like gives me more of like a roadster vibe. Like, yeah, we have two seats, but this adds like more of a shape thing to it. Very simple what one little thing will do, but it's really cool. But it eliminates the back seats. And I guess if it's you and your wife or you and your kid, you and whoever, just up in the front, then you don't need to have, why are you locking? Then you don't need to have the back seats available at all. I wish you could remove the headrests, store those in the trunk or whatever, but no need. But yeah, it can fold down if you want to fold down, don't need to. But really cool device right there. But yes, you do need to, see, it will not come up if you have this thing up. If you fold it down, then you do all the rest of the stuff, then you can just take it right out and store it back in the trunk, and now you have your pretty tiny back seats available to use. One more thing while we're back here, we do have a way to put the seats down. Pull that lever there and pull that lever here, and then we can walk around the front. You kind of see there's a gap now, and the headrest is actually attached to like the chassis or the body of the car, but this is why there's a buckle for the seat belt. Now you can pull the whole seat forward, and you have a little bit of a pass through right there. Nothing crazy, pretty cool. And yeah, if you wonder what these things are anti-rollover bars. So if the car detects it's been rolled over, these like explode up, and there's like these rods that kind of stand up here that kind of keep the car like this. Because if you're, think about it, look at the shape of the car. Let me put the trunk down here. All right, trunk didn't go down. Put the trunk down one more time. Look at the shape of the car. Usually there's a roof like this or something, but if the car rolls over, it'd be like this. So that part of the car will be touching the ground, and so will like that part. So there's people back here. These bars pop up to kind of keep the car like level so that their heads don't touch the ground. All right, so now we're inside the 2026 BMW 840i xDrive. It is gorgeous. I love the way things are laid out. It is a traditional sort of BMW style. That steering wheel has been the same for a while. This area here, again, this generation has been out since 2020. This is the 7th year, so 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. So it's 7 years of kind of the same sort of thing with little upgrades here and there. But again, still timeless. It looks really good. Still looks futuristic. Still looks like it's modern. All good. Lots of aluminum trim all over the place. Really cool. We do have the iDrive system right up front here. I want to discuss the upholstery options. There are 15 different options, and these seats are gorgeous. So if you're familiar with Sensatec, that is BMW's synthetic leather. In this car, you get a mixture of that and real leather. There is no all Sensatec leather option. So it's like material option. You get the good stuff. So there's 15. Let's go through the colors real quick. Yes. So you get a mixture of Sensatec and merino leather. Now, I'm not sure which is, I think the middle might be Sensatec, and then this might be leather. I'm not sure, but it does look like two different materials. So let's go through it real quick. So there's ivory white, which is just an all white leather, all white leather. Since I'll skip past it, all white. Then there's night blue and black, so you get two-tone action now. I forget which part is black. I think this part is blue, this is black. Next is going to be Tortufo and black. The Tortufo is like a walnut color. I think this is my favorite of color of the non-all leather. Wait to get the leather ones. Then we have Fiona red and black, cognac, all black, like what we see here. There's also a black with like M piping. This is not it. It should have like blue piping and a little M badge. We didn't have that one here. And then we have for an extra $2,000, any of those colors that is listed, you can get in all leather. But the ones I want to highlight here are going to be the ivory white and navy blue. Absolutely gorgeous two-tone color. And then the ivory white and Tortufo. That is my favorite trim. That the white and that light brown go together so well. I'm just trying to think of what color I would have on the outside, because that's crazy. What are my exterior colors again? That's tough. In order to have that interior color, I think you would have to do like a gray, maybe the frozen gray or the David gray, or the green, the San Remo green. I think would go really well with an ivory white and walnut interior. But hey, to each his own. You spec yours however you want to spec yours. All right, we're going handheld now so I can show you the inside a little bit better here. Let's start off to the left. We always do. Really cool aluminum door, little trim right here. We do have memory seats for 2 people, lock and unlock, a nice little pull handle right here. Let me tell you something about this Harman Kardon sound system. It is incredible. Speakers here, speaker down there, speaker back there. There's got to be more because this thing thumps, and I absolutely love the way it sounds. You can upgrade to a Bowers & Wilkins diamond surround sound system for another $3,800. I can't even imagine what that sounds like if this sounds as good as it does. One of the best audio systems I've ever heard in the interior of a car. Like, better than like the Dodge stuff, the Alpine system I always talk about. This is incredible. It beats with the top down, it beats with top on. It's so good. But below we have a really cool door handle. I like this, like, I don't know, it just looks sporty and really cool. We also have this is a warmer. So in the winter time, if you have the door shut and you put your arm here, this actually warms up. So does these 2 pieces right here. These actually warm up in the winter time when you have the seat warmer on. Really cool. Door pocket down here. There's the trunk button we mentioned earlier. Now we have your ventilation. Light controls off to the left. There's the hood release down there. Chrome sort of line pedals down here. Steering wheel heater. We have a BMW that has the self-driving. That's what these 2 things are here. We'll demonstrate that a little bit later. Over here we have your volume control and song control, and then we have like the traditional iDrive. Look, let me shut the door so we can do stuff. So let's put our foot on the brake, start the car up. Sounds okay. Steering wheel comes down into my driving position. So this screen in the middle seems to be pretty stuck in the drive mode. So we have sport. Let's put it in over sport mode now. Did anything change? Yes, so it kind of changed a little bit. Look at the gauges. This is sport mode. Back to comfort, eco, and they have adaptive, which will just do whatever, which I don't quite understand. But let's put it back in sport mode. And to change the gauge on the right side here, we have this BC button. Press that, and you'll see things change over there. Oh, went to the settings over here for some reason. Let's press it again. So we have gas mileage. I don't know. Let's move on. We covered the steering wheel. We have the infotainment. So there's a lot to show you in here. This is that one thing I was playing with the lights. So the kidney glow is when you have the lights. Let's go down, slide down. The lights that show up in the grill. Let's go all the way back to home. And you can use this thing here to kind of drive around. Let's go to your car settings. And let's play around with the settings. Stereo lighting. I'll show you this stuff later. There's not much outside to show you. Driver assistance, again, this is all your like parking. This is all like your driving stuff. Sorry, parking maneuvering. This thing can park itself. We've gone through that with other BMWs, so we don't need to go through that here. Let's back up to displays. We do have a heads-up display. Can you see it? Barely. Let's zoom into, there it is. There's your heads-up display. We can go back out. But you know what? There's really maybe not that much to show you. This thing says there's rear wheel steering. I wanted to show you that. How do I get to that? Below the infotainment system, we have their climate control. This is very cool. So here's what I want to show you. So I know I have it synced, but it's dual zone. So left, I can raise my temperature. Oh, it's still synced right now. Let's go into the menu. Go up here. Let's go ahead and unsynchronize. All right, great. See, it says seat and armrest heating. Let's go to driver. See if it shows. See, right? So it shows you this middle part will get warm, but it doesn't show you that will too. I have felt it. Don't worry about it. Heat armrest with seat, and you can sort of distribute. Do you want the seat to be hotter, the back? Do you want the back to be hotter, or do you want the butt to be hotter? And it kind of shows you right here on the thing. It gets more red. That is so cool. Such innovative design there. And you can do individual for passenger and for the driver. But let's go back. I want to show you something down here. So I can raise and lower my temperature. That's fine. I can also raise my fan speed, not the person over here. I haven't seen this in a very long time, or if ever. I can have almost no air blowing over there and all the air blowing this side. This is really cool. That means two different fans are back there instead of one shared fan and two different heater coils. So really cool. Go back and synchronize it up, because when I'm driving with the top down, I do have the now go mad AC. I drive on like that's AC on. I drive by about right there. Hey, below that we have all cooled seats for both sides. We do have the froster and all that cool stuff down here. And here you have your radio station, nothing crazy right here. And down here we have your like sort of cubby hole. Nice and hidden away. There are like 4 or 5 different kinds of these trims you can get. You know, this little section right here. So it covers this, and this section right there, as well as the passenger side over there. So you just press down on it and it folds up. Wireless charger on the inside. 2 cup holders right here. But here's this is all traditional normal stuff. Put your foot on the brake. You pull this guy right here on the side. Back for drive. Forward once for neutral. Hold forward for reverse. And we have a reverse camera. We do have a 360 when the door is open. Let's go ahead and shut the door so we can get the camera back on, and it came right back. So let's go ahead and take out the cameras there. So that's the backup assistant in the automated parking. I'm not going to do that right now. I did demonstrate that in an older video. Here we go here. So 3D view is what I want. This looks like it's my spec. So we have, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different cameras. Go ahead and press that. Okay. It looks like it's my spec too. Pretty cool. I just don't like that I can't just drag. I can't just drag and move? Apparently not. I gotta click over here. I think it's what's this right here? Nothing. All right, rear view. All right, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, camera image. Let's play with that. What we got? Brightness, contrast. Okay, that's serious settings. Anyway, moving on. Put it back in park. We're pressing the button right here. Off to the left, if you want a shortcut to the camera, you can just press the camera button right here. Boom. Brings the camera up. I don't like that brings the rear up. I want to see the three-dimensional. Okay, how do I go about that? Just pressing the camera, camera image, that's the same thing. I would like to see just the 3D. Can I click? See, now stuff's happening. I don't know. Press the camera button again. Can I just press something and get, no, I don't like that. In my little Kia, I press that button, I see the top down 3D, whatever. Back here, auto stop is automatically turned off when you're in sport mode. Here, your driving mode, auto hold if you're at like a stoplight. Parking brake, heated seats for the passenger and the driver. There's the top down or the convertible button right here. This is very self-explanatory. You know, you move this to move around. And in here, split little tailgate thing, nice rubber mat, stuff to slide around. We have a USB-C port in here, 14-volt outlet, nothing crazy, but again, a pretty chill interior. I really like it. I kind of fanboyed over that ivory and whatever material earlier, but this is a really nice interior. Let's check out the back seats. All right, now that it's nighttime, we can discuss the interior ambient lighting, as you can kind of see over there. So go to the car settings, interior lighting, of course, and boom, ambient lighting. So just like the 2023 X540i I reviewed, these are very similar setup. So we do have several different options. So bronze, then like a bronze and white, then you can do like every color, then like something in white. But my favorite always is the lilac and white. So it gives you like a white stripe up top and then purple on the bottom, purple underneath. And right here, really thin strips of LEDs go along either side. So these are white, but if you want everything to be purple, let's go back to lilac. All right, and now they're purple. It looks kind of white in the camera. If I can maybe dim it a little bit. No, it still looks white in the camera, but it's definitely purple. Again, purple over there, purple over there. And yeah, you know, this is a really cool situation. Let's try green and white. My wife would like this one. The green and white right there. Very cool green hue. And blue and white. See? Gorgeous. So yeah, the ambient lighting in here is really cool. Orange and white. Not bad. There's no red. However, but if you open the door, now this is flashing red to let cars coming behind you know that the door is open. So that's a really cool feature. And speaking of lights, right here, this is a light. Oh, I gotta turn the light back on. Here, this is a light, and this is also a light right there. So if you're like a, you know, you're getting ready to have a collision, these will light up, the steering will vibrate, all kind of stuff will happen. But yes, turn the lights back up. But yep, that's the ambient lighting. We'll put it back on what I want, lilac and white, and then we'll move on. And I want to mention something. See this piece here? Both the driver and the passenger have it. This is a neck warmer. So to have this along with the cooled seat is an extra $800. I think it could be worth it, but again, $800, it's a lot of money. All right, so we're gonna get into the back seat now, which I think is pretty much an afterthought. There's not really much to go over back here, but I wanna show you how to do it. On the back of each seat, there is a little bit of a strap. You just pull this up. If you just pull it up, the seat will start doing stuff. Now, it freaks out. You do need to add a little intervention. You have to lift up and push forward. The seat will go forward by itself. Once it finishes, I can get in the back here. This is going to be absolutely hilarious, but these are bucket seats in the back. Once I'm seated, I'm in here cozy. I'm cozy, guys. Wow. Let's put my seatbelt on just to see what it would feel like back here. All right, so I'm here. My feet are like, they're like, the toes are bunched underneath the seat, all because it's sitting as low as possible. Let's put the seat back. As you can see, the seat slid back because so where the seat was is how it is when I'm driving. Granted, I probably could sit a little more further forward, but like you're in here, like this should be a little bit bigger for almost $110,000 car. I think maybe the Grand Coupe or maybe even the Coupe might have a bit more room because this has all the top down stuff in the back, and the convertible has to sit in the back, and I don't know. I think the back seat is not where anyone wants to be. So it's just cargo space. At this point, it's like what I said in my my Mustang convertible review. There's really no, you don't put anyone back here except for like kids and like things. That's why they have a freaking netting to go over the back, because no one's gonna sit back here. I got no USB ports. I got no ventilation. I got nothing back here. The center console goes all the way to the back. So it makes you wonder, the car is so long, why is there not more space in the back? That's probably for that top. I wonder if the coupe or the Grand Coupe have more space in the back seats. One of y'all owners, let me know. But that's it for the back seat. So of course you want to know how this turbo 3-liter sounds. Same engine that's in the Toyota Supra and the BMW Z4 and a bunch of other BMWs. Let's get in here, put our foot on the brake, start it up. Sounds okay when you first start it up. Let's go ahead and shut the door so stop the dinging. And if you put it in sport mode, you can hear the baffles open up. Yeah, that sounds much better. Let's go back to comfort, see what that sounds like. Okay. Okay, not bad. Sounds like a bunch of engine noise. Now let's put it in sport mode. Oh yeah. One thing I do love about this car is that when you come to like a stoplight, there it is. You get the burbles. Right around 3,000, come down. Pretty cool, man. All right, guys, we are inside the 840i. We're just gonna go for a little sunset drive. Shout out to Eddie X on YouTube. Make sure you check him out. He gets access to all kind of crazy cars. And he's a Michigan alum. Go Blue. Oh, we got a little. Okay. Got a little bit there. But yeah, man, it needs more. You know, this is not a light car. 4,200 pounds, 335 horsepower. It's just not that nimble. Oh, but it feels good on the roads. It's not super tight, like hugging the corners and stuff like that, but it's precise enough. You know, this is quote unquote the ultimate driving machine. Let's see, a little bit of a corner here. Oh, it feels good. Minimal body roll, hugs the corner, and I have confidence. And like I said, this, I never said that. This has the $1,800 driving assist package, which gives you the self-driving on the highway and also gives you rear wheel steering, which is kind of cool. So the rear wheel steering will actually turn the wheel about maybe between 1 and 5 degrees, depending on how fast the car is going. And so if you're going at a slow speed, it'll turn the wheel out of phase with the other wheel in front of you, so that it decreases your turning circle, so it makes for a much smaller radius to turn around in. But if you're going much faster, it'll turn in phase, and that way it'll help guide the car around. Oh, look at this corner right here. Hold on. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. We're doing 40, brake. Oh yeah. That feels good, man. I watched a video today about Parker Nierenstein on the tail of the Dragon. One day I might make my way out there. Do I take my own Kia EV6 GT to the tail of the Dragon, or would it be some car I buy in the future? But anyway, yes, back to the 840i here. All right, hold on. Oh, it says 15 miles an hour. We got to slow down. Our water bottles bouncing around down there. Pittsburgh's got some pretty good driving roads. They're just like, you're supposed to be going like, oh, stop sign. Oh, we got good brakes. We got good brakes. All right, we're good. Oh, there's a stop sign back there. Let's roll. But it just feels good. This is a great driving car. I have no idea where I'm going. Like literally, I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just driving. Another little hairpin thing here. Oh, and the brakes. It just is a great driving car. It just feels good. I don't want to say it shrinks around you. Because like I said that about the Z4 and I said that about the Supra and the Miata, but like this still, I can still feel the weight. I still feel the size of the vehicle. It just feels like it could do those things. Like when you're driving the smaller cars, they feel small. This does not feel small. It just feels like, all right, let's say you have world-class gymnast Simone Biles, she's like 5 foot, 4'11", and she can do anything and everything. But imagine someone who's 5'7" or 5'8" that can still do those things. Maybe not as good, but still do. That's kind of what this feels like. It's like a bigger gymnast, so to speak. Just so good. Oh, gorgeous sunset drive there. 90 degrees it says, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm sure I stink, I'm sweaty, I got dirt on my forehead, but it's comfortable. This headrest is comfortable. I can just sit back and cruise. This car can do it all. It is a GT Cruiser. It is meant to just sit back and cruise. I would drive this to Connecticut home. It's about 8 hours. I would drive it home if I could. I probably could, but then I got to pay the relocation fee. Anthony, Sydney, and Mike will all be mad at me for taking their car out of the state. So I don't want that to happen. But that is how much I love this car. Would I buy one though? It's not my thing. You know, convertibles are not my thing, especially with a soft top. It needs to be a hard top, and I've expressed that before in videos. Soft tops just don't look good. You can also have a knife go right through the top. I had a friend of mine who had a knife go through his top. Like, I don't know who he was messing with, but somebody ain't like him or wanted some revenge and put a knife all through his top. Now you gotta get the whole top replaced. So, I mean, that's pretty unlikely to happen, but still, I don't like the soft top aspect. I like the hard top because the hard top usually keeps the shape of the car. I've never gone left here before. Let's go left. I have no idea what is that direction. I always go right. There we go. All right, we got a green light. Let's give it some juice here. Foot down. Okay. It moves. Doesn't move fast enough for me, but it still moves, and that sound comes through a little bit too. Hear that nice 6-cylinder BMW action? They make great 6-cylinder sounds. I hear them all the time, you know, driving around and popping and burbling and stuff. But God, it's just such a great car. I love this thing. I really do love this thing. Oh, back to what I was saying. Would I buy one? Probably not. It's just not on my list. If I could have a fleet, I would add this. This is gorgeous. I would add an M840i, of course. M8, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't even have that kind of money, so I know why I'm considering these things. I have my eyes on certain dream cars, and we'll get there when we get there. But this is an excellent car. It's like the 4 Series Big Brother. It feels better. Does it drive better? It probably drives just as well. It is an amazing driving car. I'm just rambling. All right, guys, we have found us a highway entrance. Let's see if we can give it a little bit of a hit. And I also want to show you the driving assist that the BMW has here, because it'd be the first time I've used it, obviously when testing it out, but it's the first time that I've driven a BMW that actually had the driving assist feature added. So I'll show you guys. On the highway. Let's put it in the manual mode, huh? Hold the slider shift over to the left. Now I have the paddles up here. You kind of see them in the camera. 3rd gear, 2nd gear. He's downshifting too. Go. Lightning fast shifts. All right, you can't hear me now. I gotta put the windows up. 8-speed transmission in this thing. Feels real good. All right, so now that we're on the highway, I'm gonna bring you and put you right here. All right, we got BMW self-driving system. If you look down here in the left corner right here, you'll see mode and you'll see the steering button. Let's zoom in a little bit right there. Let's press mode. I have to press this button first for activation. It's gonna put you in 1. There we go. Boom. Assisted driving is on. It's activated. That's it. 1 button. So you see the steering wheel right there in the corner? It is driving itself. Now when it goes yellow, it really wants you to touch the wheel. And it sees this thing right here. I thought that this thing would be for watching your eyes, but it's not. I think it's a mixture of that thing with holding the wheel, and you kind of sit back and kick it. Now if you want to increase the speed, this goes up by 5 miles an hour, or 1 mile an hour, sorry. So here we go. Got a little corner here. I'm just holding the wheel, and it's going around on its own. not touching the wheel, going around all by itself. I thought that was a cop. He had the brush guard on the front of his truck, but yep, it's going by itself. So I want to increase the speed limit. I click it up, and if you look in the HUD, you see it's going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down to 1. There we go. And now it's slowing down because of the car in front of me. And if I want to increase that distance, I press this button right here, and you see this symbol show up. It'll increase the distance. You want to decrease the distance, there's a button on the left side right here that'll decrease the distance. Now we're back to like only 1 bar. So it's a pretty straightforward self-driving system, but it's done very well. Am I leaning with the car? I think I am. But yeah, just keep your hand on the wheel like this and it'll drive itself. I just filled the car up at the gas station, $43 for about 10 gallons of gas. The car was at about half tank, so I'm assuming it has a 20-gallon gas tank. Well, that's my time with the 2026 BMW 840i xDrive. It is absolutely an incredible machine. Top 5 or top 3 car I've ever rented, ever driven. I don't know, I gotta look through my database, but I just want to go drive it. It is such a fun machine. It is a big car, but that combination of the rear wheel steering and the sport tuned suspension and just like the handling make it feel much smaller than what it really is. And like the back seats don't even exist to me. You put the diffuser there, no one's even behind you, nothing is behind you. It is an absolutely gorgeous car. Of course, like in any segment, I'm gonna say it could use more power because it can. 335 horsepower. My 2012 Dodge Challenger had 305. This got 30 more than that. Come on now. So again, the M840i would be more my speed, 521 horsepower, a lot of power there, or the M8, of course. But I get this, it's about 6:45 right now. The sun is still out. I just want to go drive. I just want to go find somewhere to go. I want to go somewhere. I like to stay around here to go eat. I want to go far to eat just so I could drive the car. Like, it's that much fun. I truly loved it. Again, big thank you to Anthony at National Rental Car at the Pittsburgh International Airport for allowing me to my hood up a little bit. Is my hood up? My hood up the whole time? No, my hood ain't up. Anyway, yeah, there's not enough good I could say about this car. I mean, the convertible is so cool. Could you do a hardtop convertible like this? Maybe, I'm sure someone could figure it out. But if I were to get one, it'd be the coupe. It wouldn't be the convertible. But boy, the fun of the convertible is there. But then when it's wintertime, then what you gonna do? Drive around miserable with your top up, you know? But summertime, oh man, the looks I'm getting, the people are waving. Nice car, man. It's a good time. I love this thing. But for 6 figures, probably $110,000. So on the used market, like I told you, 2020, this car came out. You can get probably this exact spec. I have no idea if it has rear wheel steering for less than $50,000 and less than 40,000 miles. This is half the price of this car. It is 6 years old, but it's the same car. Maybe it's pre-facelifted, but it looks like the same car. So you can spec yours brand new, drop 110 bands, or maybe get like a nice, good lease deal, or search the used market and find one that you might like and fall in love with, you know, because I fell in love with this one. I don't want to give it back. And that's the way I felt about the Toyota Supra when I had that car. I didn't want to give it back. The Z4, very similar, but I like sports cars. As you could tell, that's who I am. I like sports cars, I like impractical cars, things that go fast and look crazy, is what it is. I mean, I'm rambling. That should be about it. Let me check my notes. Yep, we're done here. Remember, there's never an empty tank or empty stomach on this road. We're still marching toward 10,000 subscribers. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. When I get to 10,000 subscribers, I have a huge giveaway for you guys. It's planned. I just gotta get there so I can be like, okay, now I can do it, you know? But anyway, guys, stay safe. Thank you. Get out there. Check out my other videos. I'm a car enthusiast. I'm also a huge foodie. I'm an engineer by day and foodie, yelper, car enthusiast by night. I do this as a hobby. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I do a lot of food reviews when I'm out, wherever I'm renting my new car or renting a car. I do the food reviews when I go out to eat the dinner or lunch or breakfast or whatever. So check those videos out, all right, guys? Take care. Stay safe. Thank you.